Hello, and today I'll be showing you guys how to replace a clutch assembly and motor. Well, not so much replace it, but how to put it back on. Anyways, so I broke this at the sand dunes. You might have heard the motor kind of stalling out. That was because very fine sand got into this motor, and that won't turn at all. So it's completely seized up. So things you're going to need are motor, planning on motor, your new motor. You're going to need your wheel. I have that little red thing. I have a metal upgrade, so it's just kind of stuck in there. Anyways, then you're going to need your clutch, and then you're going to need this little shiny pad, which can come off. I'm just going to take that off right now. You're also going to need your cover and the screws for that. Why is there a clip here? Wait, and then you're also going to need your spur gear, wrenches, and tools. You might also want a flashlight because it might just help for some of the things where you have to line up the screws. So the first thing that you're going to need to do, you're going to want to do, is to get the motor and put it in through here. Make sure that the screws are lined up there and there, so that way you don't try and just screw it in when there's nothing there to screw into. There's one. One thing that you might also want to do before this, I've actually realized, is to put your wires through there, just so that way they don't annoy you during this, and they might cause some problems just obstructing things. So you're gonna want to I'm gonna put mine through here, and then ours in. So once you have your wires through, you're going to get your motor. As you can see, you're going to want to put the shaft through here. Try and get it down there more, because it'll just help with a few things along the way. So you're going to want to actually screw it in the least close to this, because you're going to need to adjust the tightness, I guess, for it. So now that I have my screws lined up, I'm going to get this screw here, the screw holes lined up, and I'm going to get this screw here, as you can see, and then just poke it right in there. And then you're going to get one of your hex key kind of screwdrivers, or in some people's case, just your hex key. And then don't tighten it all the way, but tighten it a little bit. Then you're going to get your other one, as you can see here, and then put it there, where the other screw hole is. Next, you will need your spur gear, which has that little screw there. You're going to need a pretty small hex key, and you're going to put that on here. Actually, I'm not sure. Wait, mine. Yeah, you're going to put this on here. Actually, no. Never mind about that. You're going to actually need to put this on first, so now for the clutch assembly. So you're going to need this. It's like a little brake pad. It's like a brake rotor almost. As you can see here, it has these little indents. Those line up with these four kind of, I don't know what to call them, whatever. But, anyways, So once you have that on, you're going to next take this. I think this is your pinion gear or your spur gear, either one. I have a 90 tooth. And then you're going to have these three little brake kind of things almost. They look almost like brake pads. So you don't need to line these up, but next you're just going to put that on there. And then you will need this little spring looking kind of thing. And that will go on here, right there. So you just put that on. Next thing you will need is this little nut. Make sure you don't get this one, because that is for the wheels. So you're going to need this. So you're going to put this right behind there. You're just going to hand tighten it first, so that way you don't cross thread it. And you're going to take a 7mm kind of wrench, and then you're just going to screw that on. Except since I have a slip differential, not a locking, so whenever I try and tighten this, you'll see that that moves. So my solution to this is to get your wheel and then just put it on. You don't need to bolt. You don't need to use the nut to put it on. Just slide it on so that way you can push down on this and the drive shaft should not move. Let me just make sure it's on here right. Yep. So now you're going to tighten this. Traxxas, you do actually need to properly adjust this. The user manual, says that if it's tightened properly, then you will hold it down on the carpet or a grippy surface like this. You'll pull the trigger on the throttle, then you'll let go. And the differential should slip for about 2 feet if it's adjusted properly. So I'm just going to put this in here so you guys don't have to go digging through the manual. Now I remembered mine. I think it's 2 or 3 threads in. The threads are those little lines there on the screw if you don't know. I'm just going to zoom in here for the noobs. Those little lines there are the threads. So I think mine is about 3 in, and that's what I usually put it at. So next, I'm just going to take this wheel off because I don't need that there anymore. So the next thing that you're going to want to do is to get your pinion gear. That would be this little gear here. It has that little rub screw, and mine is a little bit rusty because I've probably had it for 3-4 years now. So I did mess up the pinion gear and the spur gear. You don't need to go posting hate comments about that. It's like 9 in the morning, and it's probably about 10, and I woke up 30 minutes ago. Anyways, so now you are going to put that on there. Make sure that it is lined up properly. So what I mean by that is, I'm just going to kind of do so if it's like, so if your pinion gear and your spur gear aren't aligned properly, it'll either look like this or like that. So you're going to want them to be lined up just nice like that. So then what you're going to do next is I actually have to move this over so I can tighten the screw. So now we're going to tighten that little screw there. Right there. So you're going to take, in my case, my smallest hex key kind of screwdriver here. And then you're going to tighten that. Make sure that it's nice and snug. Don't over tighten it because then you might strip the screw or the threading. But you need to make sure that it's nice and tight. Otherwise, it could move around. Otherwise, it can move around. Sorry. I just clear my throat here. Otherwise, it can move around while you're driving, and that could just cause problems overall. So now you're going to actually want to tighten this. So what Traxxas says in the user manual, I'm just going to put this in here again, is so you should be able to, so if you roll this here, like this, and you put a slip of paper through those, so if you're rolling it, these should move. Oh man, it's actually, yeah, so if you roll these, you put a piece of paper in between there, and you go like this. Wait a minute, let me see something. Oh, I see. Anyways, so if you put a piece of paper through there, you should be able to turn it, and it won't rip, but it'll leave like kind of a little zigzag. So that's just one way to make sure that the gears are close to get the proper kind of closeness together. Something's not right. Okay, never mind, sorry. So, now I'm just going to approximate this, but later I am going to make sure that these two are the proper spacing. So, let me just quickly set this up on the tripod. I'm just going to fast forward this. Probably, actually, yeah. I might just cut this part out of the video. Yeah, I'm going to cut this part. Let me just zoom in here. So, if you loosen this bottom one here, I hope you guys can see that. Oh man, let me just turn this around. So, I just move this. There we go. So if you guys loosen this bottom one here, you should be able to move this around, as you can see. So I'm just going to approximate here, but later I will put the slip of paper through just to make sure, because I don't want to damage my car. Let's just see. It looks about good. So next, so you're actually going to go and test this next. Before you put the casing on, but for now I'm just going to, I'll probably just take the casing off later and then test it. So, you're going to, I could actually probably just take this off now. Come on. So next you're going to get your casing here. Your bolt, what's the nut here? No, it's a smaller one than the wheel one and that one, so those two. And then you're going to get this little one. So these are the three things that you'll need. You have your bigger one, the little nut that goes on that one, and then you have this little one. So now, I'm just going to set this down again. And so, let's get some sand out of here. A little of sand in here, as you can maybe see. So I'm just going to quickly clean that all out. Yep, there we go. So now, you're just going to put this on here. It's pretty easy. And then, oh no, what have I done? There, sorry. So once you put this on, I'm just going to try and set it on here while holding the camera. Stay there. This bigger screw will go here, and then you'll put the nut on there, since it'll help pull this back bumper on. So I'm just going to speed that up in the video, because I can't just do it right now, necessarily. Where is it? Is that it? Oh no. Oh, here it is. So next, I'm just going to flip this over so you guys can actually see. You're going to want to put the little screw on that goes right in there. I'm going to see if I can get this on video, but if I can't, it's not my fault, because sometimes it's hard to get these things on video. Yep, that works. This one's easier because it doesn't require any bolts. So, yeah, I'm just going to speed this up in the video. So now, the last thing that you need to do, well actually, this is almost the last thing that you need to do. So you're going to plug your motor wires into your ESC wires. I think I can probably just hold this. I had to shrink wrap that because it was getting really hot, because some of the metal was exposed. Let me see if I can just set it here on my knee. That should work. Make sure that the colors are lined up. I know that you guys probably know that, but I mean, there's a reason that these wires are colored and that the ESC wires are colored. So, there. So now the last thing they need to do is just put your wheel on. This is really simple. Most people know how to do it. So if you know how to do this, you can of course stop the video now. But for those of you who don't know, even though pretty much everybody should know, I have that little hexagonal kind of thing in there right now, but usually it'll just be on here, or you'll need to put it on there. So now all you need to do is line those little kind of holes up with that little, whatever it's called, that little whatchamacallit. So now that I have that in there, make sure that's lined up. I think that it should be lined up, but I'm just going to make sure. And I'm just going to pop this off really quickly. There we go. And then now, all I need to do is get this, get your nut, and then just screw it on. Come on, please don't. I think that it got out of alignment. Nope. Oh yeah. Never mind. This other one like that. That's not normal. I'm just gonna speed this up in the video. Even I'm having trouble putting the wheel on. That's new. There we go. That should not move, hopefully. There we go. So now, voila. You got fixed, replaced your clutch, motor, and everything on the Traxxas 2-wheel drive.